Colder weather moving in. A lot of folks are firing up their furnaces for the very first time, and because of that, there have been a number of carbon monoxide emergencies in the state.
Yeah, we got some tips on keeping you and your family safe tonight. News 8's Bob Wilson live in Hartford with that. Bob?
Yeah, you say it's getting cold out there, and it really is. You can see your breath tonight, and that means everybody's going for that dial on the thermostat and turning the heat up for the first time. Many people haven't gotten them cleaned or checked, and all that smoke and carbon monoxide, some of it might not make it up the chimney. It might make it back into the house or into the basement. Here's what you need to know to keep yourself safe, as some people have already ended up in the hospital. Tonight, this house in Manchester is dark and empty. The windows still open after 6 people were taken to the hospital. Firefighters say they became sick from carbon monoxide. 2 children and their mother had to be rescued by police as they were on the verge of collapse.
This is the problem. Every winter when it starts to get cold, people turn their furnaces on.
The cold is here, and Hartford Hospital has seen a spike in carbon monoxide poisonings, from plugged chimneys to cracked furnaces. Doctors say the early symptoms are like the flu: headache, nausea, red in the face, and tired, kind of a worn-out feeling.
As it gets more severe, you can get chest pain, problems breathing, you can pass out, have trouble walking, trouble talking, and that's when you get really, really sick, and then you may be too sick to call for help.
So this is the hyperbaric chamber at Hartford Hospital, and this is how they cure carbon monoxide poisoning. The idea is to get the carbon monoxide out as quickly as possible and get oxygen in as fast as possible. They do that. They put a mask over the head. They put pure oxygen inside, and that way they can get the carbon monoxide out, and sometimes it takes up to 3 treatments to get them healed.
Children are at risk because their brains are still developing, and the elderly are at risk because they have other underlying medical problems that can make them more at risk for neurologic issues or for brain damage later on.
While the hyperbaric chamber does work quickly, doctors say it's so important to recognize the symptoms early to be able to get out of the house before you become impaired. It will be the symptoms that tip you off to carbon monoxide in the area.
You can't see it, you can't smell it, you can't taste it. The only way that you can hear it is if you have a CO detector in your house that alarms in its presence. So it's really a silent killer with really no good warning properties.
That's right, the silent killer, that's what they call it. And here's a tip too. If you're with 3 or 4 family members, you're sitting around the house and you all come up with the flu-like symptoms at first, at the same time, chances are it's not the flu, especially if it's all at once. Get out of the house. That's the most important thing. Get out of the house. Call 911. I'm Bob Wilson, reporting live in Hartford, News 8.